As they grapple with these existential questions, another company, of course, having some existential troubles is Boeing. The U.S., of course, is joining countries around the world in grounding the 737 MAX 8 planes. And President Trump spoke this morning saying he hopes the grounding of the 737 MAX is for a short time. The stock remains in the red today, the crisis wiping more than $25 billion off the company's market value. Yahoo Finance's Wolff-Mann is joining us from the newsroom with the latest. So you're looking into the costs for all of this to the company, to the airlines, everybody involved.
Yeah, I mean, planes are obviously incredibly expensive. A 737 MAX costs over $120 million. And every moment those planes are not flying means that the monies that could be going to pay back these enormous prices are not going to those accounts. And so here is the question. Who is going to pay for all of this? There's business interruptions for all of these airlines. Some of them, are significant, like Southwest and Norwegian, which has very, very high amounts of 737 MAXs in their fleets. And so the question is, will Boeing be, using their $7 billion of cash on hand to maybe try to earn some goodwill back here? Is this going to be something that is going to take a long time to fix or short time is another question we have. If it is a short time, if it's a simple software fix, now simple could be $1 million per plane, of course. But if this is something that can be fixed quickly, if the Lion Air crash and this other crash are the same issue and solved by the software, then that could be something that is done quickly at a much less cost. And the other thing here, which is important to remember, is that if there is any business interruption insurance, often this kind of thing only kicks in after 14 days. So we may be left with airlines having to foot the bills themselves here.
We heard from Boeing itself so far, Ethan, about all of this.
Not a whole lot. We've heard from Norwegian, which said that they expect Boeing to foot the bill. They're going to pay the bill and then send it along to Boeing. That's something that I wonder about. Obviously, wet leasing or even dry leasing a plane. I mean, having a stopgap plane is incredibly expensive. It's maybe $330 per week. I heard estimates around there, which easily gets into the millions quickly. This is per plane. And so, if you have 30 planes on staff, you need to have some cash to pay for this. And fortunately, it is a 737 and not a larger plane. It is easier to find maybe older 737 models or other planes of that capacity to come in and wet lease those instead. This was a different story when we had the 787 that needed to be filled by very, very expensive planes.
All right, Ethan, thank you very much. Guys, in the beginning of this whole situation, we had some analysts and investors on who said, this is not a big deal for Boeing. It's going to be a temporary issue. It's perhaps more difficult now to make that case. What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, because there's two instances of it, right? So, and we still don't know the cause of some of the crashes. And you've actually even had pilots come out and say, hey, there hasn't been proper training on these planes. So I think there's a confluence of events that are happening right now. But this goes back to what he was just talking about, how the Norwegian airline is actually going to take the bill and go to Boeing and say, guess what? We have a backlog of orders. We will cancel them if you don't pay this bill.
That backlog, by the way, we're talking $600 billion on the order books. Is that in jeopardy right now? And if people are looking at a bargain for Boeing, how much lower could the stock go with that large an amount of order now in jeopardy?
Yeah, we haven't seen this before, right? Because they're in a duopoly, right? So can Airbus meet that production and backlog, right? I mean, they have their own backlog right now.
And it's several years.
Right, exactly. So that's the issue. Can Airbus actually capitalize on this? And that's why I think a lot of analysts are saying, hey, if they can remedy this situation over the next month or so, I think that it shouldn't impact the stock.
China's producing planes. What is it, the C919?
Right. I don't know how much they've had uptake in terms of other airliners in other countries actually taking them up. But as far as, what you were just mentioning, Kevin, I mean, it's a bifurcated market. It's the 737 MAX versus the A320neo that's produced by Airbus. And as far as the last time I saw it before this accident, the amount of pending orders for both those types of narrow-body planes were about the same, around 5,000 or so. So the question is, A, what happens to those orders? Does the volume shift over to Airbus? And B, what happens to future orders, the contracts that are kind of in negotiation right now? Do some of these airliners say, hey, we're not going to Boeing anymore, we're going to turn over to Airbus? As far as the Chinese, I think that as far as the technology goes, they're probably still a few years off from getting technology up to